If you could go back in time to that era, is there anything that you would tell yourself?
Do some push-ups.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Would you really?
My chest was small. The person who brought him to the show was like, "Hey, Wiz, this is Jay." I'm like, "What's up, Jay?" And then I say, "Oh, Z." It was fun touring with Mac.
Favorite moment?
It's probably like all the stuff we did backstage. Like we used to just do like little pranks on each other and like kidnap each other and like
Yo.
we used to do crazy stuff. I'm really good at what I do because I practice, but I practice because I love it.
You see that math?
Yeah.
That was good math right there.
Yo, what up? It's your boy Wiz Khalifa, man, and my new project, Kush OJ 2, is out now. What's up, Nyla? We need to talk.
What's going on, guys? Nyla Symone here with another episode of We Need to Talk. And today we got a very special guest in the building. We got a legend in the building. We got Wiz Khalifa here. I love that. We're going to add effects, but that's great. How are you?
I'm good. How you doing?
I am honored that you're here. I'm so excited.
Yeah, I'm happy to be here.
I'm trying to keep my composure, but I'm such a fan.
Oh, for real?
What?
Damn.
Yes, from 2009 to now. So it's like a very full circle moment for me. So
thank you. I appreciate that.
To lead off, I have a lot of fan questions, and then I'll get into Kush OJ too.
Okay.
Okay, cool. Now, growing up, I was an Army brat, and I know you're an Army brat, but I also know you hate the term Army brat, or I read that somewhere.
I don't identify with the term.
Well, what does that even mean?
What? Not identifying with it?
Yeah.
Because my parents were in the military does not make me an Army brat.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what does it make you?
Well, my mom got out of the military when I was 2 years old, so my whole family is from Pittsburgh. So when I lived with my mom, I lived in Pittsburgh, and when I was with my dad, then I traveled in the military. So it was like a shared experience.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived that, I've been called a base kid and all of that stuff just for living on base. But I'm from Pittsburgh, so anytime I went anywhere else, I was from Pittsburgh, and I was just in that place.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay, I was always curious about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's just why I don't identify with it, but I get it, though. That's the easiest thing to, call somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you identify with it, though, but it's cool, though.
I identify with it, but that's partially why I identify with you, too. Even though I knew you were from Pittsburgh, but it's still like, oh, he got military ties. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, as a kid, by the time I was 14, it was a wrap. Were you still traveling in the military in your teens and stuff?
My dad just retired recently.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
So I know what it's like. I get it. We got some ties.
Okay.
I don't want to break the ties.
Yes, no, you're good.
All right.
I'm going to take it back to early Wiz, like Pittsburgh sound, say ya.
Yeah.
You were rapping differently sonically.
Mm-hmm.
What caused the switch or inspired it?
Really just experimenting more. I had been heavily inspired by Dipset and 3 6 Mafia and just harder music growing up. But the older that I got, I started to experience different types of music in a different way. And especially when I started smoking weed. I just started listening to some cooler shit and just listening to different elements of the music. And then that inspired a different type of more lyrical, laid-back style. And then I started to meet people who we had similar interests, and I felt like our styles, complemented each other. And through that, I was putting in a lot of work before, but through the music that I made at that time, that's what really gave me my identity.
For sure.
Yeah.
I can see that. In your opinion, I'm just curious, who do you think had the best verse on Glass House?
Me.
It's always debated online.
If it wasn't me, it'd definitely be Currensy because, Spitter killed that shit.
For sure.
But yeah, me.
For sure. Are you a fan of Samurai Champloo?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, I only asked about it because of the Checkpoint video.
Yeah, absolutely. We was watching that heavy at that time. I wish they made more seasons.
Man, what? What drew you to it?
Currensy. I had never really watched too much anime or even been, put onto it. I was a fan as a kid, but I didn't really understand it. But Currensy was really in that world. He was into anime, so he put me on.
What's your favorite now? Or of
My
all
favorite.
time?
Well, I'm watching Attack on Titan with my son.
Love Attack on
Yeah,
Titan.
yeah. My son he put me onto that, so that's what we watching now.
You got good taste. Okay,
Yeah. Bash know what's up.
Okay, I've always wondered what your relationship is like with Meek Mill because you guys are both from major cities in PA, but we haven't got a collab.
Yeah, I'm cool with Meek. All of our family members and close people are super cool, and we known each other like on our way up. I don't know why we never collab. I think it's just because we make like two different types of music.
I know.
His music is very energetic, and mine is like very laid back.
But I feel like it would make sense for the town, though.
Yeah, I feel like it too. It's PA all day.
This is true.
Yeah,
all right,
yeah.
we'll do some manifesting on that.
It'll happen. He'll see this and be like, all right, Wiz, let's get it.
I mean, it seems like a no-brainer.
Yeah, I'm down.
Okay. Talk to me about the impact of how Fly had on both of your careers, you and Currensy, at the time when it dropped.
Yeah, I think we came together like at the perfect time. Currensy had put in a lot of work in his career, and I put in a lot of work in mine. And we both just met really organically. Like, I hit him up on Twitter, and I was just like, yo, I'm going to come down to New Orleans and chill, and we should record some music. He was like, I'll put you in a hotel. I'm like, nah, save that money and buy some weed. And he was like, bro, that's exactly what I needed you to say. And ever since then, like, we just been cool as heck. And we traveled together. We came to New York and shopped and lived in certain places together. And we just really made a movement based off of our friendship. And a lot of people got to see that, Bud at the time. And our fan base is really similar. That's why we always say Jet Life Taylor Gang, because it's really like the same thing. It's just, we came together and like, bonded.
I love that.
Yep.
And I actually love seeing stuff like that. I know rap is competitive, but like...
Man, we never had no competition. We don't even talk about what we're going to write about, like, when we get in the studio. Like, we just write. He does his verse, I do my verse, and that's it. I would never correct him. He would never be like, hey, dude, you should probably... It's like, it's tight. That's what you went through today? Cool. Like, let's get it.
I love that.
It's never no competition. When he gets stuff, he always, like, teaches me about it. He taught me a lot about cars and shoes and just, like, lifestyle in general, because when I met him, I was probably like 22 years old. So I was really young. And I hadn't had as many experiences as he had either, so he put me on to a lot.
Wiz, that's legit, man.
Yeah, yep.
Okay, you did a track for Mortal Kombat in like 2015.
Yeah.
Do you remember how that came about?
Mm-hmm. This was before gaming was as popular as it is now, really. It was like kind of on the way up. And one of my main in-house producers, Sledrin, he was like one of the top players on Mortal Kombat. So we had got the opportunity through them knowing about Sledrin. Sledrin also produced on like Kush and Orange Juice, a lot of stuff.
You shot him out.
Yeah, Flight School, everything. Sledrin's been there since the beginning. But yeah, they gave us the opportunity to do the song, so I was like, Sledrin, you produce it. And he produced the song, and I wrote it, and it became, I think it was Mortal Kombat 10 or something like that, MK10. Yeah.
Scorpion or Sub-Zero?
Damn. I like Sub-Zero's like special moves, but Scorpion as a fighter is way better. So I'm going to go with Scorpion.
Okay.
Yeah.
It is wild to think that Kush and OJ dropped 15 years ago. It's definitely a classic and a defining moment in your career. What do you think made it resonate so much?
I think just the memories that it created. A lot of people have really good memories to it, and they did a lot of cool stuff to it, and it was the soundtrack to some really good moments in people's lives.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
What? I wanted to go ink my whole body. I mean, this is before that, but I wanted to ink my whole body. I wanted to do so much things.
And you didn't. What happened?
I did. Not the whole body.
Oh, okay.
I just got some pieces,
I was going to say, I don't see nothing.
My dad's an Army brat. He's not really with the sleeves and shit like that, but I'm working on it.
Yeah, you good. You got some space.
Tribe Called Quest.
Yeah.
By Any Means Necessary, Malcolm, and these are DJ Hand / Yang, and then I have a tat on my ear. But if you could go back in time to that era, is there anything that you would tell yourself?
Do some push-ups.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah,
Would you really?
My chest was small.
You would have gotten to fitness earlier?
Yeah, totally. I didn't know how crazy I was looking back then.
I don't think you were looking crazy, though.
It was small.
I mean, yeah, but that's a part of the process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You gotta stay down to come up.
What inspired you to get more into like fitness?
I just got older. Yeah, just through time. It just became something that was more important. I worked a lot of years on being an artist, but fitness is what helps me be a good person. And that's what is gonna carry me on for the rest of my life. So it was time to get started.
Do you see yourself ever like competing professionally?
Nah, I don't do it to compete professionally. I do it, just for personal and to, like I said, be a better person. And I don't think getting in the ring is gonna help me be a better person.
All right.
Yeah.
Okay, now let's get into Kush and Orange Juice 2. Did you feel any pressure in putting this together, like Kush and Orange Juice 2?
Nah, I didn't feel any pressure.
Okay.
It was fun, and it was something that I knew that if I listened to the right people, which is the fans, and paid attention to the right moments that matter to them, that I could get it right. Yeah.
Okay. It starts off jazzy, perfect roll-up music. We love that. Who produced it?
The majority of it is Cardo, Sledgerin, Eden, Mike and Keys, and DJ Quick, Problem, and myself. And yeah, so that's why the sound is I feel like I already know what pocket the fans expect and understand as like what resonates for Kush and Orange Juice.
Yeah.
And it hits all of those notes.
Definitely. Which ones did Quick do?
He produced on the bonus tracks, like Hit It Once, Bring Your Lungs, and he's featured on Take Your Time, Get Paid.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wait, I don't think I heard the bonus tracks. Okay.
That's cool.
All good.
Yeah, they came out before the album, like before we released the whole thing. So it was like kind of setting everything up for it. That's why I allowed them to be bonus tracks. And that's why they're at the end after the outro.
Got it.
Yeah.
Got it. Okay, that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, I want to move into the second track on the project, How We Act, featuring OT Genesis.
Yeah.
This hook is wild.
Uh-huh.
Yo,
Yeah.
You let him get away with She Wanna Cuddle, I Wanna Cuddle Too, legs in the air, in the middle. That's a W?
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
It honestly made me laugh when I heard it.
Yep.
But what you heard it was just like, yeah, that's tough. Why did I think of that?
Nah, I mean, he said how he felt. You know what I mean? And like that's what it's all about. It's like lifestyle shit. It's like shit that you could have fun to and enjoy yourself. And to me, it just reminded me of like the 90s, like a house party, like
Uncle Luke.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Just like real fun, like raw type shit, you know what I mean? And it's something that I wouldn't have said as well. So to be able to have that be a part of it and I don't have to say it, I'm perfectly fine with that.
He said, we got that off.
Yeah, hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Okay, after that, you have Crime Bud and Woman.
Yeah, yep.
My favorite line on there was, my son and my daughter going to be proud when they hear my old tapes.
Yep.
Now, I'm curious, do they, like, rap along now, at least Sebastian?
Yeah, he knows my shit. Yeah, because I bring him on tour with me, so he knows my shit. And he's getting older now, too. So his friends are starting to, understand what that type of music is. And they're starting to be like, yo, your dad's, like, really the GOAT. Like, he's a legend. So he gets it.
Does he accept it, or does he just see you as dad?
Oh, he totally accepts it.
Okay.
Yeah, he knows what's up.
I love that.
Yeah, definitely, for sure.
What does it mean to leave behind a music legacy for your family?
It means a lot to me. Just having a good catalog and just being able to make people feel good. Like, that's what's really important, and that's what stands out, is that my music changes people's lives for the better. So the fact that my kids get to benefit off of that, I'm really happy. Or my family in general.
For sure.
Yeah, yep.
I really like, I'm jumping ahead to, I might be, but I really like how you say when you're an OG, you try to build a team. Mm-hmm. But outside of just me loving the fact that you want to build a team, because a lot of people can be selfish, but like, at what point did you become like the young OG?
I would say probably like in my early 20s, you know, like when I started doing all the Kush and Orange Juice stuff. And
Really?
yeah, for sure. I mean, I got all of my whole squad together, and I was the example and the bar of what to do and what not to do. And the way that I carry myself and the people that I align myself with, they know that I'm not going to send you down a road to do anything that I'm not going to do or haven't already done. So I'm the light, and I've been that, and I'm going to be that.
I'm surprised that you embraced that so early.
I mean, you have to
Had
when
no
when
choice.
you know your capabilities, and when you're the first one to the studio and when you're the last one to the studio, and you're the one catching flights, and you're on the road, and you're doing promo, and you're doing social media, and you're editing your own videos, and you're, you know, doing picking out your outfits, and you're designing the merch, and you're doing everything. And at the end of the day, like, people follow the leader.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to.
How did you manage to do all that and smoke weed at the same time?
Because I'm really like that.
Like,
That's
what?
what I tell people is, yeah, you got to be built for it. Because a lot of people will smoke weed and get lazy and forget to do stuff and want to show up places. But I do all of that, and I smoke a ton of weed because I'm that guy.
Built different. My body different. We gotta add that meme. But okay, but let's get into 5-star. You talk about doing yoga and rolling up with shorties.
Yeah.
I'm like, you just changed girls' life. It feels like a soft life, a healthy life. But it just made me curious as to like what a day in the life of Wiz Khalifa looks like.
Yeah, I mean, I try to tell you it throughout the whole album, and I'm glad that you keying in on these lyrics because these are the ones that are different from the old stuff, but really matter to me because that is a day in my life. Like I said, kicking it with my 2 kids, that's a perfect evening. So as long as I get to chill with my kids, as long as I get to work out, as long as I get to record some music, I'm good. That's pretty much it. I wake up early. I get up like 5:30, 6 in the morning, and my morning is dedicated to social media and my family and just getting myself together. Then immediately after that, I'm in the gym until noon or 1 o'clock. 2 o'clock is the latest because that's after my yoga class. Then after 2 o'clock, that's when my meetings or anything like that is scheduled. And then after that, the studio is from 8 to about 12 or 2:30. And then I go to sleep and I do it again.
That is a good life.
It's amazing. It's so much fun.
I love that.
It's so non-disruptive.
How long did it take you to build that type of schedule? Or were you always like kind of like oriented like that?
Nah, I wasn't always like that. Like I said, it takes time, and I'm still developing and learning, you know, new techniques and methods to balance and recalibrate and things like that. And that's what it's really all about is I give off so much energy and I do so much. I have to rebuild that.
Yeah.
And that's what I started to understand. The older that I got was like the things that restore that energy instead of just keep going. Yeah, yep.
Lord have mercy. That sounds like a page I need to take out of your book. Okay.
It's cool. Take your time. Get paid.
I'm tired. Okay. I'm tired. Did you have like a moment of burnout?
No, I never had that. But I don't want to get that.
Right.
Because I understand how important I am. Because if I burn out, then it's a wrap.
No.
So, like I said, being the first to the studio, now I got to be the first to the gym. Now I got to be the first, you know, person taking care of myself and showing myself that self-love so everybody can understand the stages of, okay, this is how you get here, but this is how you sustain it and maintain it.
Maintain it.
Yeah,
Yes.
yep.
No, that's real. Okay. I like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And I really respect the discipline, actually.
Yeah, for sure. Thank you.
Okay. I want to talk about Pimps and Hustlers because you got Luh Tyler on it. I was like, dang, that's actually fire. If I was a rapper, I would be so honored to be a part of Kush and Orange Juice too. But what's y'all relationship like?
We had just met because I did the freestyle over the Florida Boy, and I always like spoke highly of Luh Tyler just because of how positive he is, and like he don't talk about violence and shit like that. He's a young dude, so it was always my intention to work with him. And then we did the song, and I was like, damn, this shit hard. Literally, it was like a week before the album was supposed to come out, so I was like, man, I'm gonna just throw this on the album, like. It sounds good. The fans are gonna love it, so it just makes sense.
What song is your favorite on the tape?
I don't have necessarily a favorite. I don't like to say favorite, but the one that hits like the hardest is like it's Red Eyes when it comes on. I love that one. I love Max B interlude, and yeah, they all just like they're different to me because when you're in the car, it sounds different than if you're working out. Then it sounds different.
That's
if
true.
You're cleaning up, it sounds different. If you come to the show and you see it, like I'm just now starting to perform some of the songs, and I'm gonna have new favorites based off of performing them. Yeah. So it's difficult for me to single them out, and that's really what this is all about. Is like whatever your experience to the song is. It's not even just the music.
That's true.
Yeah, because even like the Gunna song, like I love that song. Like that song is hard as fuck to me, and it's a vibe. It sounds good. It slaps, and for whatever occasion and whatever memory it burns into your head, that's what you're gonna remember.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
5-star. That's probably the most relatable. Okay.
Yeah.
fair.
There you go.
So we're gonna get into this game called Questions That Need Answers. All you have to do is fill in the blank.
All right.
Okay. The older I get, the less I...
Party.
What? I mean, I guess that makes sense, but...
I like being at home by the fireplace, listening to records. Yeah.
Okay.
I'd much rather do that.
That's true. That is a party if you got the right people with you.
Yeah, but it's not going out and partying.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So maybe I should say going out.
Yes.
The less I go out.
Felt that.
Yeah.
Do you have like a vinyl collection?
Yeah, yep.
Some of your favorites.
Anything from Miles Davis, Barry White and the Love Unlimited Orchestra, they got some slappers. Quincy Jones, he got a nice catalog.
So you be in the house listening to jazz.
Yeah.
That's your party.
Yeah.
I love that.
Alexander O'Neal, motherfucking Anita Baker.
R&B Wiz.
Yeah,
I love it.
I be finding like a lot of stuff too that I didn't even know was as cold as it is. So yeah, that's my vibe.
That's fun. I love that you still love music.
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
I really do. I enjoy it. It's the feeling that I get from it. And that's what I try to recreate with my music. It's not necessarily always about like just being, the best. I'm really good at what I do because I practice, but I practice because I love it.
Right.
Yeah, for sure.
You see that math?
Yeah.
That was good math right there. If I wasn't a rapper, I'd
work with kids. Yeah.
What?
Yeah, I love children.
So cute. I love that.
Yeah.
With my first rap check, I
bought a car.
What type?
It was a piece of shit.
Okay. Got the job done.
Yeah, yep.
Craziest moment I've had on tour had to be when
Jay-Z was backstage at one of my shows. Yeah, because I didn't even know who he was. I know who Jay-Z is.
Okay.
But he was just so low-key, like, in the cut. And then the person who brought him to the show was like, "Hey, Wiz, this is Jay." I'm like, "What's up, Jay?"
And you looked up.
And I was like, "Oh, Z." It was right before I was going on stage, too. I'm
That's
like, "Nigga,
crazy.
you forgot a letter, man. Damn." So, yeah, that shit was wild. Because I was right going on stage, so it just blew my mind. Like, fucking Jay-Z is here.
I
like,
know.
fuck.
Did you announce it? No, you kept it P.
Yeah.
Okay,
I probably chilled out. I didn't say shit. Because he was in there looking like a ninja, so I didn't want to,
blow his spot.
Yeah, do all that.
That is really cool.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Ironically, the next question is Jay-Z is... Where is Jay-Z? Too many things.
Not what Jay-Z was, but what is Jay-Z? What is he?
When you word it like that.
Yeah.
A pillar.
A pillar? Okay, I can see that.
He don't like that one. All right, what you got?
I'm trying. Jay-Z is...
A blueprint.
There
No
you go.
pun intended.
Yeah, I like that one. I
Okay.
like that a lot. Yeah, definitely a blueprint, for sure. I like that.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. I needed help on that one. Thank you.
I got you anytime.
Good look.
Sometimes I look back at my life and...
I'm super proud.
And should be.
Yeah, thank you.
My favorite memory, rest in peace, Mac Miller, had to be when
we went on tour. We had so much fun on tour. Yeah, it was fun touring with Mac.
Favorite moment?
It's probably like all the stuff we did backstage. Like we used to just do like little pranks on each other and like kidnap each other and like
Yo.
we used to do crazy stuff, and we were recording and making music and stuff too. So it was fun. It was like summer camp.
What boys say is fun. He said kidnap each other and like what?
Yeah.
Lord have mercy. Okay, and then my last question, it's not fill in the blank, but back in the day, Taylor Gang had Juicy J, Chevy Woods, Ty Dolla $ign, Lola. What does Taylor Gang look like in 2025, and what is the future?
Still a lot of those same artists, whether it's through management or just being cool and being able to reach out whenever. And for the future of Taylor Gang, we got tours coming up. We got Fed to God. We got more merch. It's really just about like rebranding and expanding the brand, because the people who know Taylor Gang, they know what the lifestyle is like. But the people who don't, they're living it. They just need to be acclimated.
Find their home.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So we're just gonna bring them home, and that happens through the music. It happens through being on the road and connecting with them, and actually just going to see them and giving them a reason to have faith and belief in us. So that's what the next step is to really just reach out and touch the fans in a big way that's going to, matter for the next 10, 15 years.
I love that.
Yeah.
Because you really don't got to do it, Wiz.
I do. I told you I love this shit. There we go.
Salute. I respect it.
Yep.
Thank you so much for joining me on We Need to Talk.
Yep. Thank you for having me.
Of course. Kush and Orange Juice 2 out now. Make sure you guys tune in. Peace.